Alright, welcome back. Next, we're going to head out to the Aurora rendezvous point on the floating island. We're going to explore that island. But before we do that, I do need to top up a bit. It's a good idea never to go on a long trip when you're already low on food and without taking some spare food and water and at least one spare battery. So I'm looking for just a little bit of salt here real quick, ideally. Oh, there we go. And I just grabbed a couple of those. Looks like we got another radio message. That's probably Sunbeam.
Aurora, we're approaching the planet now.
Okay.
We have a landing site for you that's... well, it's better than the alternatives. We've sent you the coordinates. It'll take us a couple of days to align our orbit. Should be able to establish direct contact with you during that time. Then we're coming in to get you. Cross your fingers for the weather holds. Don't leave us waiting. Sunbeam out.
Alright, we're on the clock. We do want to be out to the other island. Oh, I need one more salt. We do want to be out there to the other mountain island before Sunbeam gets here, but that actually should give us plenty of time. It doesn't take all that long. Yeah. That's probably enough spare water for now. There are... oh, battery. I was going to make another battery. I don't anticipate doing a lot of swimming with the Sea Glide, but you never know. And there are trees and things on that island that'll provide food and water if you really need it. It's just not the most efficient thing. There, that's what I'm after. Because what I wanted to do was preserve that Reginald before we take off here. Cured food gives you just as much food value as the cooked food, but it doesn't go bad in your inventory like something that's cooked will. Alright, just double check here, and off we go. I did eventually find a bit more lithium and the diamonds I need to make the laser cutter. It helped that the sun came up that trench where the lifepod is. It's quite a bit lighter during the daytime. It's a lot easier to see the shale outcrops and things. On long journeys like this, there's one other thing too, and they just added this in the last update. It was a feature in Subnautica, I mean in Below Zero, but they just added it to original Subnautica as of the last update, and that is if you hit the X key, it puts you on auto drive, so you don't have to hold down the W key to move forward continuously. In the Seamoth. So you can still move side to side. Yeah, actually, if you press the other movement keys, I take it back. It does stop that auto movement. See, we're going right back over where we were before. Across the edge of the grassy plain. Out into the sparse reef. Just in terms of hazards, I didn't really cover the hazards in the grassy plain all that much, but there aren't a lot. There's the sand sharks, which, like I said before, you almost have to be trying to get hit by those. And the biters, which can be a real pain in the butt if you're in the wrong spot or holding still. But that's about it. Okay, this is the island. Now, a couple different ways you can approach this. There's a beach right around here somewhere you can land on. and a path up into the island. I think I'm on the wrong side of the island here for that. Or you can go onto the island and find that rendezvous point.
We have to board the Aurora, repair the long-range comms, make contact with the other survivors. We can't be the only two that made it.
Those are not the orders the captain gave me, and they are not the orders I'm giving him.
This isn't chain of command, it's survival.
My obligations as acting commander don't turn on their convenience. Get out of the water.
If I get into trouble, I'll send you my coordinates.
I can't let you go alone.
Then come with me.
You don't leave me much choice.
Received emergency transmission from Second Officer Keen, 2 hours after last activity.
Rendezvous was a failure. Intercepted a transmission from Altera HQ. Seems they sent a data package to the Aurora. We were intercepted by a Leviathan-class predator before we could reach the ship. Consider the CTO and I lost at sea. Be safe. Keen, out.
Picking up multiple energy signatures on the island's surface.
Now that up there is a big part of what we're here to see. Paths on this island get real confusing real fast, so sometimes it's best to just go off-road. There we go. Now those things are kind of a pain in the butt. Crab spiders. You can kill them with a couple of hits from this, but they have kind of a weird hitbox. So, and they jump right at you. They don't do a ton of damage. They're more annoying than anything. Whatever. Got more important things to do, like scan the exterior of robots. These are important. You can use Chinese potatoes. I don't find them all that useful. They don't have a ton of food value. The marble melons are better in a reactor, and they restore a lot of water. So I just usually don't bother bringing home the Chinese potatoes. Like I said, there's a bunch of scannable base parts here.
Blueprint acquired.
What is that thing?
I don't know. I found it outside in the sand.
Part of another ship?
None I've ever seen.
It's not even scratched.
Don't fool around with it. It might be worth something.
Stand down, Chief. If it were gonna crumble to dust, it would have done so when I picked it up.
It's glowing.
We're not the first people to come to this planet.
People. Maybe. Could be aliens. Could be the damn sea monsters for all we know. One thing for sure, we ain't gonna find out by staying here.
Okay, this is the multi-purpose room. You're gonna want this. You need this to build any big base facilities, like a bioreactor, alien containment. Also, since the update, as soon as you get the multi-purpose room, you also get the blueprints for the large room. And this is a bulkhead, which gives you another option for reinforcing your base. All right. Ultra glide fins. Yeah, I'm gonna want those too. Oh, I forgot. I was gonna make the ultra high capacity tank while I was back there.
New blueprint acquired.
That's okay.
New blueprint acquired.
What is that thing?
I don't know. Found it outside
Integrating
in
new
the sand.
PDA data.
Part of another ship?
None I've ever seen. scraps.
Integrating
Don't
new
fool
PDA
around with
data.
it. It might be worth something.
Stand down,
I
Chief.
already did that
If
one.
it were gonna crumble to dust, it would have done so when I picked it up.
It's glowing.
We're not the first people to come to this planet. Chief's log, 5 weeks since the crash. The only other survivors are my son, Bart, and Maida, the cut-price mercenary I commissioned for the journey. After days drifting in the lifepod, rain hammering on the roof, the weather cleared and we washed up here. I had Maida salvage the Degasi wreck, set Bart to finding us a stable source of food. His education is paying off sooner than I'd anticipated. Our only problem is Maida. She says the weather's going to turn.
I'm not gonna play every last one of
I
these for
say
you.
she's fine.
You see, Chief? You brought us to this
But
soft
this one,
planet.
which is kind of
Told
hidden,
us we'd see a lush payday.
should
Now
give us
what
the
have we got
coordinates
some
for
6
the
weeks
next
later? A dead
Degasi
crew,
survivor
a
base,
habitat that's half buried, food washed away.
which will
I
be our next
suppose the executive
waypoint
decisions would be better left to
after we
someone with your
go meet
extensive
Sunbeam.
experience of hitting people in the face.
I know enough not to take unscheduled detours to uncharted planets. That's something you don't want to learn the hard way.
Easy to judge a decision in hindsight. Harder to come up with a plan of your own.
Got one already. We take what we can carry and hunker down in a cave somewhere. I scouted a site, a couple 100 meters deep, lots of metal deposits.
How do you imagine we'd live?
With ready access to building materials, like damn queens, a couple of water filters, a bioreactor,
Oh,
fresh
all right.
fish. But Chief, we'll eat seaweed
We'll
salad
want
and
this
drink
later.
our own urine if that's what it takes. All that matters is, do you got something better?
Send the coordinates to my PDA. I'll review your proposal.
And this is the
Integrating new PDA
indoor grow
data.
bed. I definitely want.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
Yeah,
New
that
blueprint acquired.
is. That's the next spot we want to go. And we kind of want the depth module before we go down there, or at least one. But we'll worry about that in a minute. Alright, and the observatory, which we don't strictly need, but it's kind of fun to build.
New
Okay.
blueprint acquired.
This is the first time I've seen sunlight in months. After all that time in the deep, I'd been dreaming of it. Now that I'm back here, I'm finding it hard to enjoy alone. Father was right.
Yeah.
We should never have left this place. We shouldn't have gone so deep. They do not want us down there. Despite my best efforts, ill health is taking hold of me. The visions are getting worse. Marguerite and Father are now part of the ecosystem of this incredible planet. It's reassuring to know that when I go, I'll join them. Until then, well, there's always the view.
Glad we found the stasis rifle fragment. Those don't always show up here. And there's one more base after the Jellyshroom one that we'll want to get. And it can be kind of a pain to deal with if you don't have a stasis rifle, because there's crab squids down there and they're obnoxious.
New blueprint acquired. Integrating new PDA data. Integrating new PDA data.
This island is a godsend. Look
Okay.
out of the window. No predators. Fresh food.
No building materials, nothing left of the ship, and your kid says we're gonna starve without more grow beds. Speak up, kid.
It's true, Father. The natural growth rates are too slow to keep supporting us.
All I'm
See
saying
Mark go.
is ocean's got us surrounded.
Oh,
No
there she
use
is.
hiding. Sooner or later, we'll get our feet wet.
The rest of your life may have been a fight, Maida, but I've made my decision. You want to forfeit your emergency pay to take a swim? Go ahead.
Believe me, I'm thinking on it.
So most of the plants up here are just kind of here. Like I kind of wish you could get seeds for these. These are pretty cool looking, but you can't. Put these in a pot. They look nice. This is handy when you're out and about. It's got a fair bit of water in it, but there are definitely better options like the marble melons to grow back at your base. Alright, and that's pretty much it for the floating island. Now, let's head back to base for the moment. We'll go ahead and put up some grow beds. And man, that didn't take anywhere near as long as I thought it was gonna. What the? There we go. Yeah, put up some grow beds. And then that should leave us still time to get to the mountain island to meet Sunbeam. Alright, I think that's going to go ahead and be it for this segment. I will go ahead and see you in the next one.